Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another video right here in cozy Colorado. Carol here. Good to see you again. We find ourselves in my closet once more. I'm going to show you my outfit of the day. Y'all, can you believe it's November? That is wild. For me, it is the, hello, curly hair. Look at that. For me, it is the last week in October. And so my outfit reflects that. And I am just thinking about November and this new month and what that is going to mean for me. And I wanted to share something with you that I'm working on right now. But let me show you the outfit first. All right, here it is for today. Pretty low key, but I was hoping to stay in the spooky season atmosphere. So I have this cat print tee, and the cat has broken something, and it just says, nope. Yeah, no. The cat's not gonna do it. Love that. And I have a polka dot skirt. I'm wearing my sneakers to go with it. My sneakers have a pop of green. We have a little bit of green here in the plant. And then I am wearing my, oh goodness, let's see if you can see those earrings, which of course have cats with knives in their mouths. That is what I'm wearing. And I have my cardigan. It is chilly outside. It feels so beautiful. So that is the outfit for the day. I am gonna go to Dollar Tree next and pick up a couple of things, which relates to the other thing that I wanted to share with you all. I wanted to share with you all something that I'm actually working on for our Girl Scout troop, because every November our Girl Scout troop participates in a community service project of some kind. We have done coat drives in the past, and we have done donations to the animal shelter. We did a year where the girls made toys for the animal shelter, and then we went and visited that. And this year we are going to be voting about supporting our local food pantry, Care and Share. They cover most of Colorado. They are a really big organization, nonprofit in our state. And with so much food insecurity in the United States, our governor has kind of put like an all call out that like all of the food pantries, but especially Care and Share, need our support as citizens. And so for this month, we are going to be voting on different ways to support our Care and Share local food pantry. So I wanted to show this to you because I think some of these ideas are different. I got some of them from the internet, and then there's one that I've just been wanting to do for years and years that, I don't know, maybe it'll get chosen this time, but the kids tend to not choose it. I don't know why. So the first themed drive would be a breakfast bites drive. This would include things like Nutri-Grain bars, other kinds of cereal bars, the Belvita bars. It also includes things like cereal and shelf-stable milk, which is very difficult to come by at the food pantry, but is very much needed. The next is called The Spices of Life, and that is exactly what it sounds like. It would be a spice drive, specifically as we get into these latter half of the year months, right? We have November and December. People are making all sorts of holiday treats, and our neighbors that rely on food pantries need things like basic spices to make meals, salt, pepper, things like that. So that could be a fun one. The next is a PB&J party, and so this is exactly what it sounds like. It is collecting donatable items to make a PB&J, whether that is peanut butter, jelly, it could be nut butter, it could be different kinds of jelly flavors, strawberry, grape, etc. You can also include bread, but you'll need to make sure that you're just careful with like how long that bread is going to sit. So maybe you connect with your donators and then collect cash for that portion. Purchase the bread right before you're going to donate everything to the pantry. But people do often forget the bread part, and then it's like, what are you going to make the PB&J on? And then lastly, this one is near and dear to my heart. It is Birthday in a Bag. And so essentially you are including things for a birthday to include things like a pack of candles. It could include the birthday cake mix. It's going to include things like oil, since people might not be able to afford that portion. You could include things like applesauce to replace with the egg. Maybe you include a little metal disposable pan from Dollar Tree. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run to Dollar Tree and I'm going to create examples of all of these to bring to my Girl Scouts, and then they get to make the final vote. That is exactly what you're looking at. We're going to bring this with us, and then they vote for the month of November what we're going to do. So that's pretty exciting. It's one of my favorite things of the year. Alrighty, I am back from Dollar Tree. I'm going to unpack everything, kind of get the different kits together so I can show you. And then I'm going to bag them up so I can put them with the other items that I need to bring to Girl Scouts for our next meeting. So that way the girls can get their vote on and we can start canvassing our local community and, I don't know, getting some good donations, hopefully, right? That's always the goal. Okay, friends, here are all of the examples that I created from Dollar Tree. So our breakfast bites area has cereal, shelf-stable milk. It has these little pastry crisp bars. We have some of our Nutri-Grain bar equivalents. And then our Dollar Tree this week had some instant protein oatmeal. This is gluten-free. It's high in protein, banana, caramel, nuts, and seeds. And it's a just add water situation, so perfect for this. In our PB&J section, I have some peanut butter. I have this peanut butter with honey. We have some strawberry preserves, some grapefruit spread, and then this is a hazelnut cream with cocoa. So again, all different kinds of peanut butter and jelly sandwich style options. The birthday in a bag is over here. So this includes some candles and a little decoration for the cake, a simple gender neutral banner, some applesauce to replace our eggs. We've got some whipped cream from Dollar Tree. This is cream cheese. They also had a red, a green, and then they had chocolate as well. Some oil to go with this. Our cake mix, of course, and then if you flip it over, you can see it requires water, oil, and those eggs. And then to make it a little more fun as well, picked up some rainbow sprinkles to go with it. There were a variety of sprinkles available, so that's something that's easy to add. And then lastly is our spices section. I went with a variety of standard spices like salt and pepper. I'm a ranch girly, so I got 2 different kinds of ranch. Things like gravy mixes are great too, because gravy is something people want at the holidays, but again, it doesn't always get thought about. Things like tahini for people that like it spicy, and then some general seasonings. This one's called The Works All-Purpose. We have the Bidia Adobo, and then some sweeter ones, some pumpkin spice. We've got cinnamon, and then mine also has like a cinnamon sugar one. That is pretty good. We've got that as well. Garlic and pepper, all that fun stuff. And then like an onion powder. So that is all of these examples ready to go. I'm gonna bag them up in there, and then each of them I'm gonna put on a tray. So this is how we can show the kids, and then they can vote. Okay, I prepped all those items for Girl Scouts. I got them packed away in my wagon, and now I need to make myself some lunch because I am hungry. So while I am doing this, I am going to chat with you all about some things that I've wanted to talk about and just have not had a moment to really go through with you all. So first and foremost, one of the biggest things that I want to talk about is the fact that I am no longer a vegetarian. Yeah. So let's talk about that. I decided to go vegetarian January 1st of 2024 for a very specific reason, which was every time that I was eating meat product, I was getting really, really sick. This was including vomiting and diarrhea symptoms, upset stomach, really bad GERD symptoms, and heartburn. It was keeping me up at night, and it was awful. And I had been dealing with that since the beginning of 2022. So 2022, 2023, 2 years, I was over it, decided to go vegetarian. And you know what? It worked. It really worked to help fix my gut or whatever the heck was happening within my body. And it was very much a system reset that I needed. So over the last couple of months here in 2025, I have very carefully and slowly reintroduced additional proteins in my diet to see how it went. I started with fish, and that went very well. I had no issues. I introduced shellfish, again, absolutely no issues. I didn't have any of those gastrointestinal symptoms, and I have been feeling really good. And so recently I have reintroduced chicken, and that has gone really well too. However, there are some caveats to this because I have tried to reintroduce pork product, and that was a no-go. And I accidentally introduced beef product, and that is when my body has the strongest reaction to what is happening. And so I suspect that I have developed over age, or I don't know, illnesses over time. All of this did present after COVID, but I am not a doctor, and I am just doing what feels right for my body. And so beef is just a no-go. So that's really where I'm landing right now. I am making myself a chicken and cheese sandwich for lunch today. Just a very simple lunch meat situation, and it's going to be delicious. I have really enjoyed reintroducing chicken, and I look forward to the holiday season and having that as my primary protein. I may try to reintroduce turkey because I do think that birds in general, fowl, will be fine. However, my family doesn't really like turkey. Only Thomas and I eat it. So I don't know how much of that we're going to have over the holidays anyway, versus chicken, which our entire family will eat. So that's one of the things that I wanted to update you about. I also just wanted to, hold on. My goodness. There we go. Put this away. I also wanted to just generally say that I'm really excited for Wicked 2 to come out this month. We already have plans to go see it with Girl Scouts. Woo. Actually, our local Girl Scouts here in the area have rented out a theater to go see that. So that's going to be really exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Mel and I went together for the first one with our Girl Scouts, and so she and I are doing that again. So that, oh my God, I cannot wait. What about you guys? Are you excited for Wicked? Are you not so much into it? Is it like, I like the play, didn't like the movie? I like the book. I loved the play. I absolutely adore the movie. I think all of them work in harmony really well together. And I'm so impressed by the cast and the crew and the cinematography and the scope of it and the colors and the music. I need a knife. And so I am very much looking forward to that upcoming. Obviously, I'm kind of looking forward to Thanksgiving. Again, not really a big thing in this house. Honestly, November is just pre-Christmas around here. Don't get it twisted, you know? I have the tree up because November 1st is a-coming, baby. I've actually unpacked it all. Like I said, it is Halloween week for me when I'm filming versus for you. It is already into November. But yeah, I told Thomas, I said, you know how it is, right? November 1st, the tree is going up. So anticipate that. So anyway, excited for that. All right, meat is going on. Yes. And honestly, I didn't have any problems having protein sources when I was vegetarian and or eating a variety of vegetables. Oh God, I hate trying to open a new package of cheese. I feel like it's me versus cheese. Let me go get scissors. I did it. Okay. And I like a lot of vegetables, which I think helped. I will try to eat vegetarian when possible or when I'm in the mood, because again, I didn't really have any issues with being vegetarian. I actually enjoyed it a lot. The only times it made it difficult was sometimes you're just like, yo, it'd be so much easier if I could just have some chicken and that can be my protein source and then I can move on with my life. And everywhere you go has chicken on the menu. Everywhere. Even steakhouses has chicken on the menu. But not every place has seafood. And certainly not every place has a specific vegetarian substitute. Now, there's different ways to get around that. And of course, the longer I was vegetarian, the easier it was for me to determine, hey, I can switch this for that. But in general, some restaurants are just like, yeah, we're not very friendly to that. Anywho, so my sandwich is done. I'm going to go. I think I need to let the dogs out too because Roxy is crying behind me. Poor thing. Go outside? All right, let's go outside. Lunch was delicious. After lunch, I printed some things that we're gonna need for Girl Scouts, so that's done. I was kind of eating and printing and eating and printing. And then I did a little craft because I needed to make an example, so I did that. And now I'm just gonna chill for a little bit. For me, it is Monday, and so I'm just relaxing. It's my Sunday. I went and did those errands for Girl Scouts. Before I even started filming today, I went to Walmart and I got things for our party that we're having. So candy and some raffle items and things like that. So hopefully the kids like that. I think it's a really cute idea, but you never know with kids. Sometimes they love your ideas and sometimes they're like, oh my God, you're such a dork, which is fine. I don't mind being a dork. However, you know, with Christmas being on the brain pretty much constantly at this point, you have already seen shopping has started around here. Like, I got things to do and no time to waste. And along with that, is my holiday yearly planner. So I am not one to purchase a planner. Now you can. They sell them on Etsy. You can Google them and just, find one that maybe you like that comes pre-bound. It ships directly to you, but I am not about that life. I want to save money. And so each year I will Google 2025 or whatever year Christmas planner. And that is what I have done. So I feel like I am prepped and ready. This is the Home for the Holidays Christmas Planner 2025. I just printed it and stapled it. And the reason why I like a planner is, number one, it's nice to write stuff down. I have a physical planner that I use for our household planning as well, and I just like being able to write it down. I find that I remember our upcoming events much easier if I write them down versus only having something digital. In here, I have picked and chosen what I printed, and that's why I do like printing my own at home on my home printer. I downloaded this packet. It was totally free and it was like 26 pages. I don't need all 26 pages. So what I do is I pick and choose what I print because some of the pages I want more of. And so this one has a baking plan. So there's November and December. And then when you flip, it has just a general calendar. So there is October. I didn't need it, but look how pretty it looks all printed and bound and, well, stapled when you have both. So there's the November one. So I can start doing my planning for videos. That's what I'm going to use these ones for, which is perfect. And then there is a December one for planning Vlogmas content. So that's really exciting. And then the ones that I printed more of are the gift guides. So it has the individual's name. You can check off when you've completed their list. You have the list here, and then you can make notes, especially if it's something that you want to make sure that you've noted that you've ordered, right? You don't want to accidentally purchase something twice. I've done that in years past before I was a planner girly. So for me, it is something that I really like. So this is the one that I printed extra pages of. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the gift pages. And then that's it. For me, that's all I need. I don't need a menu for the day before, a menu for the day of. I don't plan on cooking a whole lot. In fact, if I can get away with purchasing a pre-done meal for our family, since it's only the four of us, then that is what I am going to do. But if you are one that likes to meal plan, you're cooking for a large family, it is really nice to include those pages in here. So again, you can make sure you have all of the things that you need for baking. And for me, I'm going to use that baking plan area for that purpose because I do make things this time of year, candies, things that I like to gift to friends and such here in our local area. And I need to keep track of that as well. I'm not going to do a ton of that this year though, because sugar prices through the roof. Chocolate prices even higher. And last year it was a little cost prohibitive. So I can't even imagine what's going to happen this year as costs continue to rise. But honestly, I'm just so grateful that I'm in a position to even continue those kinds of traditions and to be able to give back to our local community. I'm trying to think of all of the positives for this time of year when I know that there are so many in the United States, especially, that are just going through it and suffering at the hands of our own government. And quite frankly, it makes me mad. But that's not something that I really get into too much on YouTube, but I hope that you understand my political leanings and understand that equality for everyone is a really big deal to me, and my heart hurts for the state of where we are at these days. But anyway, on to better things. I am getting a text message from the big kid because she's a senior this year, and she has let me know that she has wrapped up with her schooling things for the day. So even though it's like nearly 2:00, I think that she is asking me to go pick her up a little early, which is fine. Such is the nature of having a senior this year. It's a really weird time of life, like a really good time of life, but weird. And I'm very much looking forward to her senior portraits coming up soon. I am so grateful. A friend of mine locally has offered to take her senior portraits for me as her gift to the family for her senior year. And oh my gosh, like what a blessing, because everything adds up. I mean, her senior packet to include her cap and gown and end of year items was over $300 through her school. And it's like a required item in order to get the cap and gown. And we chose the second to lowest priced package. There were 4 different packages, and holy moly, the prices on those. I don't know how some people are surviving, honestly. I am grateful for where we are at and the fact that we have been able to still live within our means in this year of our Lord, 2025. Loud dishwasher is on. All of this has been cleaned. Gotta rinse this out still. Don't look too closely. And then I have the makings for dinner. So this is Italian style boneless chicken thighs, originally $7. I got them on clearance for $2.45. So I'm gonna bake these up, add some salt and pepper. And we're gonna have this with some baby potatoes and some vegetables. So I'm gonna get started with dinner. Thomas is picking Mel up. He was actually headed home from work and he's like, I'll just go get her, babe, don't worry about it. And I was like, yes, thank you. So let's begin the dinner time. I am excited. I'm also a little bit hungry. The sandwich was good, but not super filling. I was gonna have it with chips and then I forgot about the chips.